Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from Apple Valley. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Scorcher today. Hot.
Pretty hot. Yeah, it's supposed to be in the 100 mark,
Hundreds, yeah. Triple digits.
but we'll survive.
Continuing, we're going to continue President Trump's Agenda 47, and I've got 20 of these printed out, but they're way too. We went 33 minutes the other day.
Yeah, 33.
Right?
Yeah, over 30 minutes.
So we're going to see where we are at 16 minutes, and then we just might do 5 at a time. They're great ideas and a lot of things to talk about. So
Yeah.
let's get right into it.
Well, and I like the fact that he's putting this stuff on paper for everybody to see. So that's a good thing. So, all right. So we left off number 11. Cementing fair and reciprocal trade with a Trump Reciprocal Trade Act.
That sounds okay to me.
I like it. I like his platform on trade. It's as well as a lot of the other stuff.
He knows
but-
business.
Yeah. So, as one of the top economic priorities, President Trump will stop the flow of American jobs overseas by passing the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act.
Okay.
I love it. You want me to continue?
Yeah.
Under the landmark legislation, if any foreign country imposes a tariff on American-made goods that is higher than the tariff imposed by the U.S., President Trump will have the authority to impose a reciprocal tariff on that country's goods.
So normally, if it's out of whack, the tariff, they go to the World Trade Organization and they make a complaint, and then it goes into committee, and it takes a long time. But here he's saying, "Hey, we'll just reciprocate it."
Yeah. So do we have a lot of confidence in the World Trade Organization?
Well, it's a bureaucracy.
I know.
mean,
It's like-
it's better
it's
than
like-
the WHO.
It's
but-
well, I was gonna say I put it on the same level. You know, they got their agenda, right? They got an agenda, and who knows? It might be getting kickbacks or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, I would rather see
I
our
studied
country.
that in law school.
You did?
Yeah, I took a class on international trade.
I would much rather see our country being responsible and being able to take action for our own lopsided trade agreements. I mean, that was one of Trump's things that he campaigned on in 2015, 2016, right? That we were getting hosed by China, we were getting hosed by a lot of countries,
Yeah,
and it just it wasn't fair.
it's probably because of that appeasement mentality. You know, that's what Obama had.
Yeah, just
Let's make everybody happy but our people.
yeah, the good old boys. Just it's not hurting me. Just keep rolling with it. So, the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act will put America first and continue President Trump's unparalleled trade success that reduced America's trade deficit, grew wages, and created more than 500,000 new manufacturing jobs.
They did.
Yep,
Those are facts.
those are
You
all.
can look
yeah,
them up.
You can look them up. Yeah, it's all positive stuff. President Trump's landmark legislation advances the views of 91% of conservatives, and catch this number, and even 75% of Democrats. That's a good number right there.
That is.
So they who support placing reciprocal tariffs on foreign imports to protect American workers. I love it. America first, man.
Protectionism, yeah.
How can you argue that point? Nobody else is dying or crossing miles and miles of deserts to get into any other country but ours.
I'll tell you
and there's
how.
a reason why.
Let me
right?
tell you how. Diversity, inclusion, and equity die.
Yeah.
That's how.
That's
Or you got millions of dollars coming into your son's coffers to look the other way and do some stuff for, quid pro quo dro.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how.
It's just-
That's how, Scott. And he's being propped up.
It's unfortunate.
He said yesterday. All right, using impoundment to cut waste, stop inflation, and crush the deep state. This is a very interesting concept. President Trump will restore the impoundment power, establishing the balance of power between the legislative and the executive branches. On day one, President Trump will direct federal agencies to identify portions of their budgets where massive savings are possible through the impoundment power, while maintaining the same level of funding for defense, Social Security, and Medicare. All right, strength, right? Project strength, peace through strength, and helping our vulnerable. The widows and the widowers and orphans, the old people.
Yeah. And Social Security, again, we touched on that a while back. This is a fund that was funded by the employee, right? The employer and the employee.
Both.
Yeah. So it's not like that's an off the cuff dole. As soon as you walk into the country, you're getting a check or a phone.
Unless you're an illegal immigrant.
Yeah,
I mean,
you paid into that. So it's I don't know. That's a great deal.
So President Trump will take action to challenge the constitutionality of limits placed on the impoundment power by the Congress Budget and Impoundment Control Act of 1974, CBA, the source of Congress's usurpation of executive branch powers. So he's going to challenge that. I like it. President Trump will also work with Congress to overturn the limits of CBA. With all these things, right when he gets elected, he's going to have to bring smart guys onto the transition team that will go after all these things, so that when he takes the oath, boom, it's already starting.
Right.
You know, as he's going to have to do that. It can't be just 4 or 5 guys trying to do it, or women trying to do all this.
I'll bet he already has guys in place, right? He's already got, yeah.
Probably,
He's,
but
he's
it's a lot of
businessman,
stuff.
so he's
a lot
not,
of stuff.
You don't prepare on the day of opening. You're ready to go when opening day happens. You're flying. So, all right, number 13, addressing the rise of chronic childhood illnesses. Once President Trump returns to the Oval Office, he will establish a special presidential commission charged with investigating what is causing the decades-long increase of chronic illnesses. President Trump will order the commission to then publish recommendations for how every American child can have a safe and healthy childhood.
If you know this, I mean, I'm not up to speed on the chronic childhood illnesses, you know. So if our viewers, if you know that, could you write in the comments?
Right.
And let us know, because we want to be edified. We want to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, ending the scourge of drug addiction and nightmare of the homeless and dangerously deranged. This is really good what he's talking about here. Our once great cities have become unlivable, unsanitary nightmares. Yeah? Have you been to San Francisco lately? LA lately?
Been to LA.
Yeah.
Seattle,
yeah. CHOP or Chaz, whatever it's called. Surrendered to the homeless, the drug addicted, and the violent and dangerously deranged. We're making the many suffer for the whims of a deeply unwell few, President Trump said. For a small fraction of what we spend upon Ukraine, we could take care of every homeless veteran in America. That was one of his ideas we had a couple days ago that we talked about.
He's very pro-veteran.
Our veterans are being treated horribly. That's what he says, right? President Trump will work with states to ban urban camping. That's the phenomena where they put up tents, you know, on federal land in the city.
Or even along streets, streets.
Or the beach, like in Malibu, yeah. And use every where am I at? Offering violators the option to either receive treatment and rehabilitation or face arrest. And he's got some ideas about the rehabilitation.
All right. And then he goes on to say, when I am back in the White House, we will use every tool, lever, and authority to get the homeless off of our streets. We want to take care of them, but they have to be off of our streets. There's nothing compassionate about letting these individuals live in filth and squalor rather than getting them the help they need. We need professionals to help them. Absolutely.
Right. The Dems think they can throw money at it while they're sloshing their pockets.
Yeah, look at our state, $20 billion.
And what happens? Let's get them a hotel. That's it.
And we're being audited. Our state's being audited because they don't know where the money's gone.
Just getting a hotel is not good enough. If they need help, mental health, we gotta. Right. If they need to be cleaned up, we gotta clean them up. And I mean drugs and showers and stuff. You know,
obviously,
dignity.
Obviously, there's a reason that they're in this situation. You know, and what's really sad is that. Obviously, other than the living conditions, you know, this is affecting businesses, right? I mean, nobody wants to go to a business where these people are camped out.
Or needles
to
get into the door.
Yeah, so businesses are being forced to close or relocate, which is expensive. I don't know. It's just, So when President Trump returns to the White House, he will open large parcels of inexpensive land, bring in doctors, psychiatrists, social workers, and drug rehab specialists, and create 10 cities where the homeless can be relocated and their problems identified.
Temporary shelters. Get them in, assess, do the trauma triage thing, and then get them out to where they need help. You know?
Yeah.
Not to stay encamped in the tent city.
Right.
That's just a triage thing.
Yeah, just a temporary location where they can, like you say, get some help.
In addition, President Trump will bring back basic mental institutions to house and rehabilitate those who are severely mentally ill or dangerously deranged, with the goal of reintegrating them back into society. That should always be the goal, not just to lock them up and throw away the key because they're crazy.
Yeah, sadly enough, I think it was President Reagan that shut a lot of those facilities down, which was a sad deal. But anyway, so My turn.
Yeah.
By ending the mass unskilled migration at our borders and ending the endless flow of American treasure to Ukraine, we will be able to provide the resources and opportunities needed to help America's homeless veterans who are currently treated poorly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it
You know?
too. And let us remind you that President Trump gave up his salary as president and donated it to the VA. Lest
Yeah.
we forget.
Yeah.
I'm not going to forget.
Yeah. He's very pro-veteran. Very pro-military, very pro-veteran. So
President Trump will end the scourge of homelessness and make our cities clean, safe, and beautiful once again.
yeah. This is his words. This is from his 47
Yep.
agenda.
This next one I thought was kind of strange, but I'll
Yeah,
go
it's,
with it.
yeah, it's different. So number 15, celebration of 250 years of American independence at the Iowa State Fairgrounds.
Why
So-
Iowa? So we're
well,
going to
I
read
think
and
that's
see.
where they used to have the fair, right? What was the fair they called it? It's like a introduction of American ingenuity and stuff. I don't know, but it was a great. It goes back in time, but anyway. So on day one, convene a White House task force called Salute to America 250. Responsible for coordinating with state and local governments to ensure an entire year of festivities across the country from Memorial Day of 2025 to July 4th of 2026.
My hope is that this whole 1 year they'll have jousting. That's my hope. I want jousting.
Or at
I
least
wanna
a
see
dunk
it.
tank.
Full metal jousting, baby. If you haven't watched it, watch it.
Yeah, okay.
The most dangerous sport in history.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Work with all 50 governors to create the Great American State Fair, a unique 1-year exhibition featuring pavilions from all 50 states.
yeah, I think that's a great
California
idea.
could use that to try and recruit people to California. Definitely they could use that.
Yeah. All right, so this is Trump, quote, "My hope is that the amazing people of Iowa will work with my administration to open up the legendary Iowa State Fairgrounds to host the Great American State Fair and welcome millions and millions of visitors from around the world to the heartland of America for this special one-time festival."
Yeah, it's the 250 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's quite a mark, yeah.
And I don't know how Iowa got the nod, but
Well, there used to be a state, I want to say there was I don't know. Let
it's
us
going
know
to bring in
the
a lot of
comments.
business.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, there used to be a huge fair there. I don't know. Maybe they still have it. I don't know, but my memory doesn't
Didn't there
fail
used
me.
to be like world fairs? There used to be
Yeah.
world fairs in different cities where
Yeah.
they exhibit technology and stuff.
Yeah, and I thought the state of Iowa was used
President
for
Harding
that,
was shot.
so,
He was assassinated at one of those.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, your turn. My turn.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Host major sporting contests for high school athletes to allow young Americans from every state to show off the best of American skill, sportsmanship, and competitive spirit. Now, we're not talking about transgender stuff where a man can compete against girls. We're not talking about that. Legit sports where they can show off and compete.
Well, hopefully God will give us our brains back, right? And we'll get rid of that transgender men competing with women. You know, I mean, it's obviously not working out. It's just wrong. So, all right, sign an executive order on day one to bring back the National Garden of American Heroes, and commission artists for the first 100 statues to populate the new park.
I didn't know about this, to bring it back. Where was it and what was in it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Is that where
But
the statue where they pulled down?
could be? I don't know. But it's another great idea. You know.
It's culture, You go to other
Yeah.
countries and they've got this awesome culture, and we've got people who want to pull down the past.
Yeah, MAGA, right?
Yeah.
Make America great again.
Invite the leaders and citizens of nations around the world to visit the United States and honor the 250th anniversary. Let's bring Britain over here and say thank you for our 250 years of,
Yeah.
But all of them celebrate with us. I mean, this is an experiment in democracy at the time.
Yeah, so even though, back in the late 1700s, we know that we had an issue with Great Britain back then, England.
Yeah.
It's still, they're one of our greatest allies right
Yep.
now, right? So,
Yep.
it
France
what it
is our oldest ally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, anyway. All right, ask America's great religious communities to pray for our nation and our people as we prepare for this momentous occasion.
Notice how he didn't say Christian communities.
Everybody.
Muslims, Buddhists, whoever prays,
Bring 'em
let
on.
them pray to get ready for this a momentous occasion.
Like a
you know?
giant interfaith council.
Yeah, a giant. I love that. A giant interfaith council.
Yeah,
I
just
love
bring
it.
them all together.
I love it. Ask Americans to come together and rededicate ourselves as one nation under God with liberty and justice for all, as we chart a course toward the next 250 years. The next 250 years of American history. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you think about it, we're one of the youngest nations, and yet we've accomplished so much. We've had our issues, but it's an amazing 250 years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Been amazing.
It has. Well, I think we know why. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely the promised land.
So we're at 16 minutes. We're barely on 16. Why don't we just cut this into five issue?
Yeah, I
long.
really like 16, but we'll hit that one on another day.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, we'll hit that. It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you on Monday.
Have a great weekend. Take care.